not wait much now. Okay. So I would like to welcome you all for this course, F5 LTM. Okay. And I would like to say that if you have any sort of doubt, you please do let me know. Okay. I will wait and I will try to answer those things. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
So you guys are able to see my screen?
Yes.
Sure. Let me start. So multiple of you people are from F5 only, and you must be aware that F5 Networks is a name. It's the name of an organization, right? So what is BIG IP? BIG IP is the product suite, or you can say this is the product of F5. Like you have Palo Alto networks, you have Cisco networks, you have different type of, networks available, companies available. Similarly, there is one company named as F5. Just give me a minute, please. There is some issue with my pen driver. Let me reinstall it. Only 1 minute. So that I can, run and show you through the pen also if there is something required. Perfect. Let me quickly check. Fine. It is working. Okay. So what I was describing, that F5 Networks is a company name, and there are lot of variety of product suites for this company. One of them is BIG IP, and we will be going to talk about one of the BIG IP product. Okay. So when I am saying the BIG IP products, there are a lot of BIG IP products which are literally leading into the market. Okay. They are beating up other organizations or other companies because of their maybe different functionalities, which I would be going to describe about some of the modules. Like LTM, if you say local traffic manager. Okay. So LTM, generally people would say that it is a load balancer. So it is not only load balancer, it is named as ADC, that is application delivery controller. We will be going to talk about that later on, that why it is known as ADC. GTM, it was a former name, GTM. Current name is named as DNS, and it is an intelligent DNS solution of F5 company. Similarly, link controller, not much which is into there in the market. APM, really robust product, and regarding the policy management and access policy kind of thing. It is very boom in the market, I would say. ASM. ASM is what? It is the WAF. WAF is the web application firewall. It means layer 7 firewall solution of F5 is named as ASM, that is application security manager. Okay. Similarly, there are a lot of range available, but today we are talking about the base, and the base is LTM. Okay. Base is LTM, and we will be gonna talk about the LTM. So LTM, when I am saying that it is base, it doesn't mean that it is really, very small thing because it is a base. No. Even LTM is approximately 22 plus hours of course. Okay. So we need to teach you from the basics, from the scratch to such a level that you can be on the very advanced level. Let me quickly show you, okay, what we teach. So let me .NET. This is our website. You all should be aware about it. Okay. Then if I will go in the courses and BIG IP LTM, let me scroll down. Here is the, you can say, you can download it from here. Let me open the folder and open this particular syllabus. So you can see what we are gonna teach. So before gonna forward, I would like to ask who joined with the name of iPhone. Can you please tell me about yourself? Who joined with the iPhone, please?
Yeah, this is Mohammed here.
Hi, Mohammed. Thanks for joining in. Mohammed, from which country?
I'm from India, but working in Middle East.
Middle East. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mohammed. Welcome. Okay. So when I was talking about the, different ways, like how we will be going to start up with, so we will start from the level 0. Like basic installation. Okay, why it is important? It is important, let us say in your project, there are some migrations which are coming up. Okay, there are some migration projects which are coming up. You should be aware about that. Okay, my F5 should be placed where at the network level, okay, or at the network layer, at the security layer, in which zone I should get it placed on. So generally, people should be having such kind of information available, because if you don't have such an excellency, like where my product will be best suitable in the network layer, you cannot place it anywhere. Okay, so let me just quickly open my whiteboard and tell you that generally it's not a very thumb rule. Again, I am saying you, when I am talking about, I am uh, telling you a generic solution like how Fi will get placed. So generally what happened, whenever traffic comes through the internet or intranet, there is some ISP router or something which take it for network layer. Maybe before it, there is one more device can be there, IPS, IDS, or maybe some of the solution like Imperva or any solution which is working for DOS or DDoS, right? Post that, it will come on the router. There should be some firewalls. After the firewall, there is F5 what we will be gonna place generally in the DMG zone. After F5, there would be servers which will get placed. Now, this is a logical diagram which I am telling you. Physically also, it can be like that, or maybe it can be different from this. So the way what you are checking over here, there are how many legs I am showing you. For external network, there is different leg. External means which is coming from the outer world. There is different leg. For internal network, which is going toward the server, that is internal network. For internal network, there is different leg. Such an infrastructure when you are building with the F5 is named as 2 or more. Very generic thing I am talking about. Okay, although it's a part of today's class, probably if we will gonna touch that part, but yeah, that is how we need to. Yes, Deepak, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I missed the last 30 seconds. Can you repeat that?
Sorry.
I missed last 30 seconds. Can you repeat that?
Okay, what I was talking about is that there are two networks. One is external network, which is coming from external world. What is internal network, which is going towards your DMG, internal zone. Okay. So when you have two different NICs or two different arms, two different interfaces of F5 as such in your infrastructure, this is named as 2-arm mode. That is what I was talking. There is 1-arm mode also, but don't worry, we will be gonna talk about later. Any doubt?
Yeah, fine.
Sure. So from where it came? It came from
Sorry,
the installation. Yes, Happy Chora.
So briefly, you are saying there's a trusted network part and the untrusted network part.
That's true. That's true.
Oh,
In and out
okay.
traffic. In and out traffic
Okay.
are separate. Okay.
Okay. I'm following. Thank you.
True. So installation, we will starting from the installation. Let me tell you, NetMinion solution have their own lab. Okay, lab solution. And every one of you who is registering will get their lab, different lab, I will say pod, or different lab session you will get. And every individual will configure their own lab. And believe me, when you're doing it from the scratch, you would be having a very good exposure that how this device is gonna behave. Okay. So we will be gonna talk about provisioning. We will be doing this licensing part by ourselves. We will be gonna talk about how to put the IPs, VLAN, self IP, how to do the configuration backup, each and everything we will be gonna cover in the module 1. Any doubt in module 1, you can ask. Otherwise, let me proceed up. Okay, before, yeah.
Can you confirm for this configuration utility, like when we did the licensing part, then we got comes up with the setup utility. Okay, then the configuration, like you mean to say that internal external is like for the self IP or for the raw domains, that one?
Right. So config utility is nothing. When you write down one command config, a utility will appear where you can do only management related changes, nothing else, no self IP, no VLAN. Okay, Mohammed, is it clear? That is what you wanted to ask?
No, that point is fine. I did the initial configuration, then licensing is also done. Okay, then I have to get all that options, right? Network services, or like whatever the
Yes,
other
we will
parts.
be going to talk. We will be going to talk about that. Right. Okay, that we will talk about. So let me finish first it, then I will come like why that is important. Okay, before going ahead, Pratap joined here with us. Pratap, a brief introduction about yourself, please. Like, are you working on F5? Yes or no? Okay, from where you joined us, from India or outside of India? A very little introduction, please. Pratap?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I'm a working professional. I work for BT.
Good.
Yeah, currently moved to a project where people use FI devices. I have some background with routing and switching, not so much on firewalls and yeah, deep packet
Oh.
inspection and stuff like that. So I haven't joined the course. It's like
No, no,
I
it's
got a link
Pratap, it's
for a
perfect.
trial class. So
It's
yeah.
all right. It's all right. Okay, sure. Thank you. Welcome you all. Okay, again. So I was talking about that we will be going to start with the module 1, where we will be talking about how to set up the lab. Okay, because everybody of you will get their own lab. Okay, like routers, switches, and everything you need to configure by your own. Where I will give you the description and I will give you the full help like how to do it. Then module 2, we will be going to talk about couple of load balancing algorithm. Okay, along with that, whatever load balancing mechanism is, we will be going to talk about. We will talk about fallback, a host. We will be going to talk about the virtual server. So what are these? If I will give you a very little brief, what happened is, let us say we have the Google or we have Amazon or we have any different social website or the banking website or any website you take name. See, only one server of that website is not working at all. Okay. See the user database. How many users, how many clients their websites are taking in? No. So usually what happened, there are more than one server. And who handle that server? F5. F5 here acting as a reverse proxy with respect to the servers. So what is reverse proxy? Anybody would like to talk about reverse proxy? Otherwise, I will tell for sure. But if someone wanted to speak about the reverse proxy, that would be great. Just to make the interactive, I am asking.
Is it about the incoming traffic?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Devidata, you also wanted to speak something?
Yeah, like say like when someone coming from internet to some client environment, we just proxy that uh, traffic, like stop it from outside and try to proxy it to the internal website so that our internal infrastructure can be secure and safe.
True. True. Now let me tell you guys. Every one of you are working in the organization, okay, including me also, by the way. Okay, just FYI, I am also working as a solution architect, having more than 15 years of experience. So when I will teach, I will guide you about the real networking stuff. Okay, it's not like that only the theoretical part we will be gonna do. No, I would be gonna talk about the troubleshooting. I will be gonna talk about how real time, what kind of problems you will face, what kind of problem you will face in the interview, what kind of problem you can face in the certification. Every aspect we will cover into this comprehensive course. Okay, but before that, what I was picking up that, okay, let us say you have an organization. Within your organization, when you need to go for the outside, you don't go directly. Like there should be some kind of proxy, which is handling all of the traffic, and on your behalf, proxy will make a request When response come, proxy will give you the response, and how it will be gonna talk about all through the netting, all through the different PAT form, maybe netting in the net, especially we will say about the PAT. Okay, you guys are aware because everybody of you are experienced one. So I need not to explain about PAT. But if anybody wanted to have wanted me to explain, probably you can speak up. I can.
Port, PAT simply means port address translation.
Yeah. Port address translation, right? The same concept of the networking.
Yeah, the same concept for netting. Yeah.
Same. So
Sure.
when such of the proxy is coming in between, this proxy is named as forward proxy. Okay, because it is taking the session of your clients. Okay, it's before your clients. But let me say, when in a very reverse order, the same thing proxy will do, but this time it is before the servers, and any request which is coming from the outside, it is taking on the proxy, and proxy in turn will sending it to the server. So server is not exposed to the internet at all. Okay, such proxy which come in between is named as reverse proxy. Very important thing when I am explaining about the forward proxy and reverse proxy. F5 device, any F5 device, by default I am saying about, there is a disclaimer that it not always acting as that, but by default it is a forward proxy also, and it is a reverse proxy also. Such device which is acting as a forward proxy and reverse proxy both is acting as, is known as, I will say, full proxy. So F5 is full proxy device. Any doubt to anybody in this particular term, full proxy? You can ask.
In what case we will use the forward proxy, or in what scenario we will use the reverse proxy so that it will come as a full proxy?
Okay, Mohammed, I will explain about that. Wait for a while. But these terms are clear on me. That is what I am asking. Terms are okay? Okay. Maybe let me go ahead and talk about the full proxy and reverse proxy working. Not this slide. Let me go ahead. I will come back on these slides again. Okay. Here. See, what happened is, let us say you have some devices. Okay. Because I am gonna explain about the TCP this time and the traffic. So I would like to ask you, you guys are aware about TCP? Yes or no? If yes, can you just give me a very quick glimpse so that I can come to know that, okay, you have the idea.
It's a three-way handshake where you will get the SYNC acknowledgement happens.
Sure.
Three-way handshake.
So let me tell you, this is all about building a connection-oriented, communication over IP protocol, which is connectionless. So for the same, what happened is, let us say this is client, this is server, okay? And client wanted to talk with server. This time, like I am speaking with you, I will say that, okay, are you able to hear me? And you will say, yes. Similarly, client will say, I want to synchronize with you. Okay? It will be both sides. Please let me tell you, it will be both sides. That server will also say that I also wanted to synchronize with you. Okay, but since the original sync is coming that, okay, I want to synchronize with you, you need to give the answer. So in the second packet, what you are sending? SYNAC. In first packet, you are sending SYN. It has the SYN now, so it also need to reply because it is a connection oriented, as I am telling, it will say ACK. So this is actual three-way handshake that happens in between client and server. After that, your data will send. Again, there is data flow, there is error handling, a lot of things in the TCP, but we will not go in the TCP. This is not TCP class. We need to talk about full proxy because you guys asked that question. So before full proxy, I am introducing with you a traditional devices, let us say router. How communication happen? If there is a router will do what? Router will do the routing part, or switches. There are routers and switches. They will do the switching part or layer 3 part. What happened is, if this client need to talk with the server, how the communication will happen? It will send the request to the application server, and application server will send back that response to the client directly, right? There is no device in between which is intercepting this traffic, I will say. So if there is handshake, there is TCP direct handshake will be done, like SYN, SYNAC, and direct thing. Okay, in between client and in between server. Now, because you asked me what is full proxy, let me tell you now. See, this is full proxy. How it is full proxy? F5 says, for you, I am the server. And it tells to the application server, for you, I am the client. So it is intercepting the traffic which is coming from the client, and it is intercepting the response which is coming from the server. That is why it is named as full proxy. And since it is full proxy, there are lot of benefits for the same. Let me talk about overhead. Now see how the things are happening. It is sending requests. That request is ending where? On the full proxy, because this is acting as forward proxy here. Are you getting my point, guys? And in turn, it is initiating a request to the server, backend server. Server is sending response to the F5. This is your F5 box, okay, the complete F5 box. And F5 is sending that response to client. I will say this is end device for the client and for the server, acting as a full proxy, forward proxy, and reverse proxy both. That is the reason it is named as full proxy. So F5 is full proxy. You will see there are how many TCP handshake this time? There are 2 times TCP handshake that is happening. One time when client is initiating the traffic, it is going where? It is going to the F5. TCP handshake, you can see. Then in turn, the client is sending the traffic to the server directly. No, it is breaking the traffic. F5 is acting as a forward proxy. Here it is acting as a reverse proxy and initiating that TCP handshake again. Okay. So there are 2 times that things are happening. So it is named as full proxy. So your connection is proxy. Is it clear now to everybody? Mohammed?
Yeah, you've opened up the mind. Thank you.
Okay.
So where is the forward proxy here? Like when the client is
No,
sending
no. There are no 2 different devices. Let me tell you. Single device. This is F5. It is acting as a forward proxy. It is acting as a reverse proxy. Since it is acting as a forward proxy and reverse proxy both, this is new term named as sorry, not new term. This is the term which is named as full proxy.
that I got, but how the F5 acting as a forward proxy? I didn't get that.
Okay, because see where the clients are coming. Clients traffic is coming where? On the F5 directly. Right?
F5.
So that is the reason, like how it is acting as a forward proxy also. Let us say, let me tell you. You have an environment. Okay. I am not talking about the internet now. Intranet I am talking about. From your environment, you need to go to the, let us say on the internet. There is F5, and after F5, you have, I don't want to talk about, such a peculiar design, but it's all right because you talked about, let me just give you a glimpse. You need to go a bit like that. This time it is acting as a, got point?
Forward proxy.
Got this?
Yes.
So it is a both. It is both forward proxy and reverse proxy both. And that is why it is named as full proxy architecture.
I want to ask the traffic coming from outside the servers that will be considered as forward proxy.
Okay, do not get confused. Regarding the reverse proxy and forward proxy, there is a thumb rule. If traffic is initiated by the device and one device is intercepting it, that is forward proxy. If traffic is coming to you, okay, to the backend servers and some another device is taking that, that is known as reverse proxy. Probably I would like to request everybody of you, please go to the NetMinion blog also. If you just say NetMinion and after NetMinion, you can write down blog. Okay. In NetMinion blog, you can just go down. Where is forward proxy and the reverse proxy? Okay. Please go through this. Okay. Maybe by diagram to diagram, I have explained about it. Okay. How it is acting as where and all of those things. If you still have confusion, please go through it. I'm sharing this whole link to you guys. Even if you have problem, I am here. I would explain you. Don't worry. Yeah.
Actually, this is my office laptop, so I don't have any chance to copy from Zoom.
It's all right. You will get over the what? Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Hi, I have a question. So
go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, in proxy, when you're setting up proxy for your organization, right? Like, can you skip either forward or reverse and deploy a half proxy deployment in production environment? Like, is that a possibility?
It depends upon design to design, Pratap. And let me tell you, even one F5 acting as a, for one application, it is acting as a reverse proxy. One for one interface, maybe it can, when I'm saying interface, maybe you can say application, maybe you can say any website or whatever you can say. Okay. So it depends upon design to design. When I would be going to talk about the virtual server, you can understand this. But because you ask this question, let me answer your question first. Let us say you have one virtual server. This virtual server is typical layer 4 virtual server. You don't want layer 7 traffic at all on this. This time you will select some of the profiles. What are profiles? If you are aware, that is well and good. If you are not, please don't panic. Okay, we will be going to talk about in our classes. Let us say I am just selecting the layer 4 or performance 4 layer, virtual server. In this case, this F5 on this F5, only this particular virtual server is not a full proxy. It is simply a TCP layer 4 device like your any other firewall. Okay. Let us say some another virtual server I have. I wanted to have only layer 3 connection, not even the layer 4. I would select a couple of the settings. You can say not profile. I will not go on the profiles now. I will tweak the setting and it will act like my typical router device, that it is doing the routing part only. Getting my point?
Yeah.
It depends upon your maybe connection to connection or configuration to configuration, like how you are doing it. But yeah,
basically it's your design and what configuration you do on the F5 device will determine how it acts. Okay, makes sense.
Yes. Okay, so that is how it will be. But yeah, by default it is full proxy. That is what I am saying. Okay, because connection is proxied. That is the reason, like your connection can be viewed properly, your connection can be modified, howsoever, when and how it need to be required. Now, let me tell you, let us say your servers are very new supporting the IPv6, or let us say your servers are not new, only supporting the IPv4. The way can be, one side you can have IPv6, one side you can have IPv4. Or if both sides it is IPv6 or IPv4, that is perfectly fine. It means that your full proxy architecture is giving you such kind of functionality. Then if you are using the compression profile towards the internet, you can use that. Okay, what compression profile do? Compression settings are something like that. Okay, when your data is coming from the internet, actually before SD kind of thing, okay, software defined networking, I will say, before software defined networking, the connections were very high costly, right? But now we can use the internet connections also using some kind of different technology. So that is how we can use that now. But earlier, these compression profiles were literally a unique selling point to sell the product. Okay. Then encryption. you can have the encryption from client to the F5, and from F5 to the server, it can be unencrypted traffic. Although we will be going to talk about these SSL profiles, what is SSL offloading, what is SSL bridging, okay, what sort of these things are done, and what sort of these settings need to be done, okay, and how we can change these settings. We will be going to talk about that, but later on, not now. So all these functionalities we can perform because our device is acting as a full proxy design here. Okay, when I'm saying modifying the layer 7 data, I am talking about one more very unique point named as iRule. iRule is nothing but it is a scripting language which is already embedded into your hardware. Okay, so this scripting, by using this scripting language, you can write down your own functionality of your F5. Okay, any doubt in this, please?
Is it are these iRules AS2 or AS3 declarations, are they different from iRules?
Yes. iRules are TCL based. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just go down with my syllabus because we were talking about the syllabus. See, we will be going to talk about iRules, what the iRules are, how it will be working. Okay, we will be going to talk about those things.
So will you be teaching anything related to SDN side of things for F5, like AS3 declarations and stuff like that?
SDN modification is literally a different thing. Okay, it's not including in the LTM.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, I was talking about the syllabus. So if you see the syllabus, you can check over here that, okay, load balance, what are the load balancing algorithms? I was there. Then we will be going to talk about monitors. Monitors, again, very important point. Okay, and a lot of candidates usually don't use the monitor very effectively. And if you are not using the monitors in an efficient way, it can even cause the outage also. What happened is, let us say if you have F5 and there are a couple of servers. Let me take 3 servers this time. Okay, backend servers are 3. When some requests come, F5 will see which of the server is having the less load and will send the traffic on that depending upon the load. Let us say this server is down. If this server is down and F5 is blindly sending the load on the second server, it means those users who are going to the server number 2 will get that there is no such application and maybe they will get an outage. Okay, so this thing is not good. This is a typical load balancer, like only doing the load balancing. No, but it is not a load balancer. It can do the iRules as I was telling you. It can do the compression as I told you. Okay, lot of things it can do. Similarly, it is monitoring the traffic before sending on the server. Bit like actively sending the probes, checking the response that, okay, it is working or no. If it is working, it will send the traffic, otherwise no. So by this way, your application uptime would be 100%. Okay, reason why, let us say if server 2 is down, server 3 is down, every request will be going to go on the server 1. Now if server 1 has the capacity issue or something, probably in that case we don't have any option, right? But F5 can at some extent, you know, avoid such kind of failure scenarios. Any doubt in this, please?
I have a question that I see a problem in my environment that when the pool member is up, health check is up, the port is also up, but the web page itself is hanged. It was not responding. So we were having an outage.
Deepak, that is what I was saying you. Let us say somebody use TCP health monitor.
Correct.
But your website is not only TCP. After TCP, there is HTTP also. After HTTP, there should be some request which should be entertained as a response. Okay, your website is up, web server is up, but let us say it is not giving you the correct response. So TCP health monitor is up. FI will think what? That okay, my website is up. I should send the traffic, but it is not giving the correct response. In that case, you have an outage. In such case, what should be the solution? Solution should be your health monitor are having different types. You should be using such a brief and very up to point health monitor that it will bring you probably the whatever user experience need to be have. So this is something you can achieve through the HTTP health monitors. Okay, those are named as context basis, like content also will get checked. Okay, Deepak?
Okay.
Right. Anyone else has any question in this? No? So as I was telling you, that F5 device not only doing the load balancing, but lot of things they are adding in. One more point, if you see here, is named as performance. Okay, if I will talk about performance, I will gonna talk about TCP Express for sure. TCP Express, very unique and important feature what they used to tell in the market. What is TCP Express? TCP Express, okay, you are aware about TCP now, right? Or you are already aware actually. So TCP, you are aware. Before writing down any of the like protocol, there is some RFC which come into the like market and everybody can read about it. So there is RFC of the TCP. What F5 people do after a lot of research and after a lot of hard work, what they do is they made a very efficient change into the original RFC of TCP, and now claiming that TCP with applications which are working on other vendors and which are working on F5 are really drastic change into that. That F5 is fast more than 5% of TCP on the TCP traffic. So that is what they are claiming, and that is how F5 is coming into the picture. That okay, I have more, probably I will say it is more efficient or more giving the more performance rather than other vendors. So that is how your TCP Express will work, and that is how your typical devices and F5 is different from each other. Okay. So we will be going to talk about virtual servers and about its type. Virtual server is something like where the traffic will come. Well, it is bit like the ears of your F5 that, okay, I am not listening by default anything. Okay, it adhere to the positive security model, just FYI. So it adhere to positive security model. What is that? Anybody would like to talk about? What is positive security model? It's all right. Let me talk about it. So positive security model says only those things will be allowed which are explicitly asked for. It means that I will not allow anything from my device until or unless you will gonna do the configuration. And what type of configuration we do? We create the virtual servers. Now here you goes. Okay, there is the point, what I was explaining you, that you can create different types of virtual servers. So again, we will be going to talk about all of those things through the lab. Again, not in the theoretical part. We will be going to talk about the persistence. Now, what is persistence is, let us say you are doing something, some sort of shopping over the internet, okay, and on one of the server, there are, let us say, 2 servers on for that particular application. Okay, www maybe Amazon.com you are using. Okay, server 1, you do the authentication and everything, you are adding the things into the cart. After some time, when you are initiating and your request somehow go to the server 2, And now server 2 is saying, okay, you authenticate yourself again. How the experience of the user would be? It will be really pathetic. That, okay, again, I am going to the same website. Before some time I was there, and you are asking me the authentication again. Why? Okay. For the same reason, what we do is we make some setting named as persistence. How to do, what kind of persistence is there, what is the difference between them, what I should use for my, office network. Again, all those things we will be gonna cover in our classes. So using persistence, what happened is your request will be gonna go on the same server till some point. Okay. What is that disclaimer? Again, we will be gonna talk about that in our classes, not till the lifetime, but yeah, for some. Then we will be gonna talk about SSL. Believe me, SSL is something like if you are a F5 engineer and you have not done it, so maybe you didn't work on the F5. For F5, any application onboarding required the certificates. Why the certificate required, by the way, anybody? Why we require certificates?
To
Authenticate.
decrypt this, sir.
Right. Let me tell you guys, okay, one more thing. You can go to our blogs again, okay, and there is an article, very important article, probably you guys should see it, that how the SSL and TLS handshake happens. Okay, we have explained about each and everything, like how the keys will be there, how these keys will get exchanged, what are the different options. Please go through it. Okay, free for everybody. You can read about it, you can go through it as and when you require. Okay, so any doubt in this? So these certifications, how to import? Okay, how to import in different method. Maybe people are really get confused, like when they will get a certificate from the PKI team in the PFX format, or maybe in the PEM format. They will get confused that, okay, what are these formats are, how to import on our device. If there is a full proxy, let us say Palo Alto again, a full proxy can act as a full proxy. Let us say you have done the certificate on your end, you didn't do it on the firewall, which is coming one layer before you. Customer application will get down. They will say, no, I am getting the still old kind of certificate, even though you have done your exercise. What could be the problem? Okay, if there is some kind of SSL dumps, what need to be done? So we need to check about those things also. So we will be gonna talk about in detail regarding this SSL traffic. Then again, what is NAT, what is SNAT? We will be gonna talk about all of these things in detail. Okay, and I was explaining about the I rules. I was saying you that what I rule is. See, let me explain you. You take name of any vendor. Okay, any vendor, whatever device you are using, those device has some kind of default behavior. I will say there is a default behavior of every device, right? Now to change the default behavior as per the user, you cannot do the customization as per the every user into your default behavior of device. But what F5 claims is, okay, I am giving you one functionality named as iRule. You use your iRule. So if you see, we can use iRules, and using iRules, we can just make a script, and on the basis of this script, every user can have different behavior. Okay, let me give you a very simple example. What F5 says is default behavior, that okay, there is something named as pool. Okay, that single virtual server can have single pool. Okay, this is the default behavior. But for some case, there is one more pool, and what I want is, if HTTP traffic comes, okay, in any sort, if HTTP traffic comes, that should be going to the blue pool, and if HTTPS traffic is come, that should go to the pink pool. In that case, what happened? We cannot say F5 that, okay, customize such a traffic for me into your box only. What F5 say? Okay, write down your I rules. On the basis of I rules, the default functionality will get changed automatically. So we will be going to talk about I rules. People used to hate I rules. Really, literally, they don't want to, make the I rules, but it's all right. We will be going to talk about it. Not only I rules, we will be going to talk about something named as LTP. People are not aware about much, okay, although it is used in a great extent. What is LTP? LTP is bit like not replacing I rules, I will say, but I can say that it is a GUI part of your I rule. I rule, you need to have a scripting language, but using LTP, it would be GUI. Okay. So far, any doubt to anybody? Please ask.
So do we need scripting experience to understand I
No,
rules?
not at all, not at all. I will be gonna talk about that. Okay, it is hardly a 2 hours of class where you will be so much confident that okay, now I can write down my I rules.
Cool, thanks.
That is the reason, right? You are coming to the like instructors. Otherwise, you can go to the Udemy. You can read about other things also. So we are here. We are here for you, right? Okay. Then we will going to talk about the high availability. Okay, before talking this, maybe it's a good idea if I will open the lab and we'll show you how the lab will work. Okay, allow me a minute, please. Let me log in. No. This is ASM. Let me close. Let me go with the LTM now. Okay, here you go. I hope everybody able to see the lab. Yeah. Yes or no, guys? Lab is visible.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see there is a window machine. This window machine will, act as two, maybe I will say fulfill two purpose. One is it will for the external traffic, external user acting as the external user. Secondly, if I wanted to have the management of any device, I will take the management from here only. Okay. How to do the configuration? Probably again, I would be going to talk about each and everything in detail. I will give you initial workbook also, like how you need to go through it. So there is a device. You can see there are some servers. There are two LTM machines, right? So here into machines, you can see a couple of the interface. Why there are so much of the interfaces, I will be going to explain about each bit and byte, and I will give you such a confidence that you can create such thing in your office as well, right? In real environment, you can handle it. That is my responsibility, right? So don't worry, that is my work to give you such a confidence that okay, what the LTM is and how to do the LTM part for the migrations, for the certifications, for the interviews, each and every part will be get covered in. So here you see, we will be having one lab for the HA as well. Okay. Even not only HA, but I will be going to talk about the partitions. Couple of the people will don't talk about the partitions. Okay. But yeah, I would be going to talk about the partitions also in the class. So we will be going to talk about how to maintain the traffic, and last but not least, how to troubleshoot the traffic when you have a P1 call, P2 call. You need to prove that it is not my issue, it is the issue at some other end. You need to be aware about TCP dumps. You need to be aware about Wireshark. You need to be aware about couple of commands that you can prove that, or maybe couple of statistics that where you can prove that it is not my issue. So that will also we will get covered. That is a brief overview, probably what I wanted to show you guys. Okay. Any question, anything you wanted to know, please feel free to ask.
Yeah.
How,
Sorry, go on.
okay. So will you be telling some commands in CLI, at least those are required ones?
Deepak, let me tell you, if you are not learning CLI, you are not doing anything.
I understand because I find CLI difficult in F5 because
So
I am not aware about Linux. So
for
that's
you,
why.
for your answer, okay, let me tell everyone. Guys, everything is built upon Linux and Unix. Whatever, maybe vendor you take, either Cisco, Palo Alto, whatever, right? Here also, it is built on Linux and Unix thing only. That is the bash commands. And they have developed their own architecture or own, I will say, operating system, which is on the Linux, it will work, named as TMO. Okay, traffic management operating system. Commands are little bit different, but yes, I will be gonna talk about them. I will be gonna give you all of the documents what you required for. Okay, because technology, if you are learning a new technology, it is not like that. Okay, I am just bombarding and you are not able to grab it, and in the last you will say that okay, whatever sir teach, that was very good, very interesting, but I don't know anything. Okay, so that should not be the case. When I am teaching, I expect that you also learning about the same things. So whatever possible ways are, we will be gonna give you all the thing. One very important stuff, you are getting the lab. You need to prepare your lab by your own self. One thing. Second thing, whatever we are teaching, it is getting recorded. You will get the videos on our portal, on your app, so that you can go through the videos and through your portal or app as at your ease. 24/7 these resources are available. Either you say the lab, either you say the videos. You can go through the videos again and again. Okay, let us say there is some office work, you are not able to attend the class today. It's all right, you are not attending it, you can go through in the weekdays. After that, when you are coming to the weekend class, probably 10-15 minutes, I always take the doubts so that people who are joining here should not be having any doubts. So we will take those doubts, okay, for sure. So these are the thing, guys, how we proceed up. One more thing, we will, because as I told you, I am also a working professional. Okay, so I would teach only in my weekends. In India, those who people are aware about India, that it is Saturday and Sunday. There is the weekend, because couple of the peoples are from the Middle East also. Believe me, this is the prime time for you guys, because even on Sunday, you will be getting off from the office. I know it is your first day Sunday, okay, on Sunday, but you will get off till that. And at 9 p.m. India, your time will get matched and you will not have any, issues. Okay. So 2 hours class it is. Okay, every 2 hours Saturday, 2 hours Sunday.
So what is the timing of the class actually?
The same time when we started today, same time, but 2 hours class.
What, 9 to 11?
9 to 11 Indian time. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so even if you are in India, probably you have the whole day with your family you can spare, right? So you can just go with your family, come in the night, just spend the 2 hours, and you can, go through a new technology. You can learn about a new technology. And believe me, when you are adding a new technology in your resume, it will make you up somewhere, right?
So will you be the only tutor for the whole of the course, or will there be somebody else teaching as well?
For F5, I would be
Yeah.
there. For
Okay.
F5, I am there. Okay.
Okay.
For
And
F5, but obviously you will not get different flavors.
yeah.
Okay. So I would be teaching you. Not
Okay.
only LTM, but about if you are gonna go for the ASM and probably for GTM, you will get me. Okay. There are a lot of videos, by the way, for the ASM also. Okay, if you people are very new to the NetMinion, I would suggest you at least you go to the YouTube. Okay, search for the NetMinion. There are literally very good videos that are uploaded over there. Please go through those videos. Okay, there are a lot of videos even in Hindi also. For those people who are by the way understand in Hindi, you can read about in Hindi also. And there are a lot of things like CCI security, CCI enterprise, every probably I will say phase we are covering over here. Not alone me. There are a lot of other instructors also, but yeah, my videos also you will get there.
Cool.
Okay.
And what's the kind of support we get for certifications?
Apart from dumps, every other support.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any other question by anybody?
I apologize. I joined a bit 2 minutes late. I didn't catch your name.
Yeah, same here.
I hope I didn't give my name to you guys. So sorry, my name is Radhe Verma. Okay, and I would be your instructor and student.
Radhe, you're from Delhi itself?
I am from Delhi itself. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Delhi, Dwarka.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question from anybody?
How much are you talking about for the cost?
See, cost probably Joya will give you the thing. Okay, for the cost. You can just go to the website. You can, okay, one more thing, guys. If you wanted to reach us, you just go to not this page. So you just go over here. Okay, you can just reach by clicking on the WhatsApp or maybe through the online chat. Good for the WhatsApp. Okay, because if there are off shift hours, because there is different country zone, so you just click over there. You will list to us and somebody will answer you. So you can Happy Chocha, I would say Joya will reach you, because already you people have given your number. So she would be approaching you and she will give you all the cost and everything. But let me tell you, from tomorrow it is officially every class is starting up. Today I just gave the overview, and the reason is because one of our registered candidate is not there in the class. Okay, so but it's all right. We just announce a free class for today. That is the reason that it is a little bit like we are wrapping it up a little bit earlier. But yeah, from tomorrow it would be full flash 2 hours class, and it is only for the registered candidates. Anybody else has any doubt, any sort of doubt? Okay, technical doubt probably I will say. Okay, please feel free to ask. Deepak, Debidata, Abhishek, Happy Chocha, Pratap, any doubt?
So you also putting cover the route domains part also, route domains and
So when I was talking about the partitions, I was talking about route domains only. And your answer is yes. I would be giving you the glimpse of the route domain, not theoretically, but practically also.
okay.